nowhere to go.
I would rather die than be your prisoner again.
So what are you going to do, Princess? Do you plan to jump?
Farewell. Sonic!
You won't get away that easily.
You think you can intimidate me with just your size? Come on, let's see what you can do.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Last time, we came back from the future. Was it that time? Yeah, we came back from the future, from fighting a worm. Got separated from Shadow, we took on Radical Train, got the new bounce ability, and now we're fighting the Egg Genesis after attempting to rescue the princess. That was a sick shot. Also, at the end of last episode, or last part, we almost had another altercation with Silver the Hedgehog, which we were saved, I guess, by Shadows. So he let us get to the princess as she got kidnapped again. She didn't even last a whole minute. And now we're fighting, as I said before, the Egg Genesis. The Egg Genesis has two weak spots, one on his head and one on his belly. If you can get low enough, you can bounce up to him and reach his underside, but if you can't do so, he will spawn these rows of enemies which you're supposed to homing attack to and get onto one of his legs. As we do so here. To get on top of him, all you gotta do is bounce a few times.
You're going down.
And after every certain number of hits, he will lose a leg.
Begin charging core laser. Take this,
Oh,
Sonic.
neat. You can see under the map here. Cool. Now I wonder, in Europe, is this called the Egg Mega Drive? I don't know if that's a corny joke or not, but I'm actually curious. When his head goes black, when there's no lights, he will not take any damage. Once those spots lights up, you can get in a few hits. And also he will launch a lot of missiles at you, as you can clearly see. One more leg remains, so this boss fight is close to done.
Sonic, run!
Lasers are not hard to avoid at all. All you have to do is keep running. Well, oh wait, let's see if I can get his underbelly. There we go. And it still launches you upward. And now his final attack.
Look out! The fortress is crashing!
Easiest thing to do here is just keep running around the perimeter of the arena and you should be fine. If in Europe if he is in fact called the Egg Mega Drive in Europe, which may not be as a joke, I feel like it would be funnier if he was called the Egg Mega Drive.
No problem.
No, the Egg Drive. Egg Drive. I don't know. I got a C. Oh, I didn't even die that time. How did I get a C? I probably took too long explaining things again. Oh well. Moving on.
That was a gutsy move back there.
Well, I was desperate and, I just had to get away. I owe you a lot, Sonic. Sonic!
I'll head into the jungle.
Okay.
Now we're back to this gameplay style, the what I like to call the Elise escort. And now we deal with water. Remember how you can sink in lava? I mean, no, not lava, in quicksand. Well, you can also, of course, sink in water. But to... How do I always keep finding these spots that show me shaking? What you can do with Elise's powers is you can become our Lord and Savior. And now we enter Tropical Jungle.
Let's run straight up.
There is one thing else I want to acknowledge about Elise. I want to know how many people knew this. So, as you can clearly see, Elise is very pale. And yet her legs are very tan. Now, when I was little, I thought that was very odd. Apparently, she's wearing leggings. I never thought she was when I was little. I want to know how many people knew that. Because I don't think the game portrays it that well. It's missing like a texture or something just to give it that more leggings definition. I don't know.
Hang on tight.
But I want to know how many people thought she stuck her lower half in a tanning bed. And how does that not work? Awesome.
I'm going right up the middle.
I guess you can't go too fast if you're using the shield to defeat enemies. When it comes to these vines, you have to make sure to jump when the white light appears to get the highest jump possible.
We're getting out of the cave.
I struggled with that in a stage because I just did not pay attention to the help, to the question ring. Also, I guess Sonic chose the scenic route because we're straight up grinding on tree branches. Another medal. Also, how much strength does it take for you to swing with somebody who's taller than you? Not necessarily heavy, because I don't know. Elise is skinny. She may not be that heavy to, what, like a 4-foot hedgehog?
Let's rip.
Now I can understand why Sonic can't get any motion. I'm slowing down on the tree. I can understand why Sonic can't get any motion sickness because I'm assuming he's used to this. But why not Elise? Is she channeling the power of the flames of disaster to not get motion sickness too? Now the water section. Oh yes, the energy meter on the lower right hand corner.
Gotta make sure I don't fall in the
It
water.
will run out. It indicates your energy levels with Elise. If it runs out, you will not be able to use the shield until the energy recharges. It only recharges by standing on solid ground. You don't have to stand still either. Turtle sinking. See, look, just on standing on solid ground and moving, it will recharge. Same goes for any other character who has that. Okay. Luckily, there's a platform over here. I think we're at the end of the stage, actually. See, I took out the leader and all of his minions won. Yeah, we're at the end of the stage. You made it to the exit of the jungle. That stage wasn't long at all. And our score is S rank. Alright. I needed those 4,000 rings. And we received 2 gold medals for what I mentioned earlier. I don't think you get any bonus S rank gold medals for completing town missions or side missions with an S rank.
Looks like we've lost them.
I'll settle things here. Elise, you should go back to the castle.
Okay. Sonic? It's so beautiful. I've never seen so many flowers before. Sonic, have you visited many wonderful places before?
Yeah.
Once you defeat Eggman, you'll leave, won't you? Though I've been frightened many times, I've also enjoyed this adventure. It allowed me to be something other than a princess. I was able to be myself. A girl.
It sounds like being a princess isn't that easy.
It isn't sometimes, but I love this country. Everyone in the castle, the children, all my citizens, really. The same love my late father and mother had.
Don't cry, Elise. Become a strong queen who doesn't cry, no matter what happens.
And so, I do my best to protect my country. I understand everything my parents said to me now. Sonic, if you leave here to go on another adventure, remember this place.
Definitely. Elise?
I'm fine. Sorry. I mustn't cry. I can't.
Elise, smile.
Princess Elise, ruler of Soliana. By refusing to negotiate with me, you have forced me to take drastic actions. Meet me at the specified point alone at 4 o'clock today. Failure to do so on time will result in my leveling of this city so that nothing but ashes remain.
Miss Elise! I cannot allow harm to come to my people. Miss Elise! It is my duty as Princess of Soliana to go. There is no other choice. terrible. Princess Elise went to see Eggman by herself. Tails, please help her.
Alright, so there's a lot to unpack there. First off, most notably, we're no longer playing as Sonic, we're playing as Tails in the hub world. This is gonna be for a short time, but there's nothing exclusive to Tails, exclusive that Tails has to do in this in the hub world.
Princess Elise went to see Eggman by herself. Tails, please help her.
Okay, that's odd. The same line of dialogue was repeated. So we have to go to Wave Ocean. Also, back in that cutscene with Elise and Sonic by the I'm assuming Cherry Blossom Tree. We finally saw who the disembodied voice belongs to, which is Elise's father, the Duke of Soliana. Which I don't get why his disembodied voice is helping us. You'll understand why the more you play this game. Also, let's just head into Wave Ocean, which is interestingly a stage we've already played, but now we're going to take it on with Tails. And as the loading screen goes, I will take some time to talk about it. Another thing that you guys may have noticed, there are 3 types of cutscenes in this game. One is in-game cutscenes, which uses the in-game models that you use to play the game. And there's 2 that appear to be by entirely different computer graphics studios. There's the really nice ones, like as in the opening cutscene and the Cherry Blossom Tree scene. And then some lesser quality ones. I'm not going to say bad, because they really aren't. But it's a weird inconsistency. Why go through the trouble of outsourcing cutscenes to 2 completely different studios? Or maybe it's the same studio. It's just they decided to make a lower quality for budget purposes. I don't know. But yes, now we replay a stage with a completely different character. There will be portions of each story where you get to visit the hub world and play a stage with an entirely different character aside from the main character. Oh no. I'm mixed by rings! And last thing I want to point out, of those scenes that we've encountered, Eggman is an actual threat in this game. And he has been for some of the games prior. I think this is one of the last games where he actually has a presence in terms of how evil he is. Because in the games that follow, he seems goofier in comparison. But here he just threatened to level an entire country or city. Tails, you couldn't hold your breath. Now, oddly enough for Tails' stage here, he is the only character that replays a stage in a story. In the next stories, once you play as your, I'm going to call your guest character, you don't play a stage that you will visit or have visited in that particular story. Oh, weird. It'll be more apparent once we get to there. Can't hit these guys. My rings. My rings. Yes, do not get hit while dropping the dummy ring bombs. It also appears that stronger enemies are now appearing. Enemies that have stronger, have more life, do more damage, or maybe faster, stronger. That just means it's normal level progression. I thought there was a spring down here. Oh, some rings. Yeah, that it was not obvious that we had to go over here because that dash panel did not spawn. And once again, we disturbed the home of the Shamus. I almost did not jump there. Good. Also, where was Sonic? Well, how did Elise's assistant just find Tails and say, "Hey Tails, you have to protect the ruler of this country now. Please do so." Now this part's a little weird because now we got to Tails section from Sonic's version of Wave Ocean. We just replayed this. But we also just took over the entirety of Sonic's section with Tails. This level definitely feels more like padding. I would have much preferred this stage gone to Knuckles, considering we don't see him, we don't get to play as him as much in this game. But it's a welcome addition, because you don't really get to play as much as the other Sonic characters in later games. This is one of the last games, actually, where you get to play as a lot of these characters. I don't know if this game's performance, in terms of reception, has anything to do with the fact that a lot of Sonic's friends were missing from future games, but who knows? That gives it a reason for people to come back to this game, to play as some of these characters that we have not seen in a long time. And what's her ranking?
Well, not bad.
Why am I getting a lot of B's? Also, Eggman is relentless. He is not gonna stop until he gets that princess.
You've wasted so much of my time. If you had cooperated with me earlier, I wouldn't have had to do this.
What are you trying to do, Dr. Eggman? Why do you wish to revive the flames of disaster?
Did your parents ever disclose to you anything about Solaris? Solaris's secrets are in his eternal flames. His power can change time and even manipulate the fabric of time itself. I wish to obtain this power and dominate everything in this world. From the past, all the way to the future.
You wish to rule over time?
Yes, truly. And the secret, it remains dormant in you, Princess. The Princess of Soliana and the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Once I have everything, the fate of the whole world will change. And one of the beautiful gems is just ahead.
Chaos Emerald located.
Finally. Now, let's go collect that Chaos Emerald.
Eggman will probably go to the ancient castle. Let's get there first and save Elise.
Lady, why are you walking so slow towards me? Okay, well that's gonna do it for this part. We took on the Egg Genesis, we ran through the jungle in an attempt to save Elise, brought her to the castle just so that she can get kidnapped again by the threat of Eggman. Now we use Tails to go through Wave Ocean to contact Sonic? I think that's what happened. Tails was told to go save Elise, but he just went to go get Sonic, who was chilling at the beach. Whatever. Next time, we're gonna head to the old castle as told by us by the loading screen. And actually, we're heading to the end of Sonic's story. There's not that much left to play for the story. So soon, we'll be heading on to the next one. And I've already decided which one I'm gonna play. But I will tell you that another time. And I will also see you all next time.